What's up, guys? We are back with another video, and today we are back with some more conference predictions. And today we're going to be jumping into the ACC type of things here. Now, this is obviously widely known as one of the biggest and the best basketball school conferences there is. Alright, boys. So, this is definitely one I'm excited to look through, take a deep dive in. Let's get at it. Alright, 12 versus 13 seed. We got Notre Dame versus Georgia Tech. Now, Notre Dame, I believe they actually got the ACC Rookie of the Year. Some were actually surprised about it, I believe. But either way, that just shows the man's been cooking. So Notre Dame, they definitely got a good backcourt. Definitely got good guard play for sure. Burton, he's averaging 17 points per game. But on the other side of things, you got Kelly averaging 14 points per game. So he knocks down a couple threes every now and then. So you got to be able to watch out for that 3 game from Georgia Tech. But I think Notre Dame is also there, right on their kind of level with the 3 balls. So I think this could definitely come down to whose offense is on that night. Whose offense can I trust more? I'm going to go Notre Dame. I'm going to go with Notre Dame's. I'm going to trust the Rookie of the Year, lead his team to the second round of the ACC tournament. All right, next game in round 1, we got 10 seed NC State Wolfpack versus the 15 seed Louisville Cardinals. Now, we know Louisville has obviously been struggling a lot through this year. Not just the year, the past couple years. They have been struggling, so it's going to be hard to lean myself towards them. But, the game is not played on paper. That's all I got to say about it. When you're playing basketball in March, the game's not played on paper, and you really don't know who's going to win sports. But NC State side of things, Horn has been averaging 17 points per game. Obviously, he's been the best on the squad, but also Burns Jr. has been he's been finding some pep in his step, boys. He's averaging 12 points per game. He's their big man, obviously, if you guys don't know. And when I say big, he is big. That kid is humongous, and he can bully through people, whoever he wants. So I think that's going to be a real problem for Louisville. Huntley Hartfield, he's been good as well. So is James. But I don't think they're going to be enough at all to stop NC State. Burns is going to take over down low. He's going to get the boards. He's going to put up points. He's going to put up big numbers. Horn's going to be popping threes. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good game for the Wolfpack. Give me them heading into round 2. Now we got 11-seeded Boston College versus 14-seeded Miami, which Miami, not many people expected, including me, for them to struggle as much as they are this year. They've been facing some injuries, but I didn't think it was going to hold them back this much. Besides that, though, O'Meara is still having a fabulous year, averaging 17 points on the dot. While Cleveland as well, he's got 13.7 himself. He's banging in a lot of shots. On the other side of the ball, Harris Jr. is who I'm thinking of. Harris Jr., he has been knocking down 13 points per game. So, stuff. Boston College, I don't believe, is as big of a team. O'Meara can definitely handle things. So, they got the veteran experience. But it doesn't always take veteran experience. And it kind of feels like a trap game. It feels like Miami's just an obvious upset pick. And I don't know if they can get it done. And as well, they got Post, too. Boston College got Post. He's averaging nearly 17 points per game as well. So I feel like they could be an underrated squad heading in. Am I going to fall for the trap? I mean, Miami does have a lot of stars. They just, for some reason, they're 14 seed this year. When you're struggling, you're struggling. So give me Boston College moving to round 2. We're not going to take the upset. We got no upset so far. So a little nervous about that, but we'll see how things go. Round 2. Here we go. Now we're heading on into round 2. We got the 8 versus the 9 seed. Virginia Tech versus Florida State. Now, Virginia Tech, they feel like the more kind of balanced team. They definitely, hand the ball out a little bit more to everybody. Definitely pass the ball a little bit more around. You got Padula, you got Couture. They've been cooking for shizzles. But on Florida State side of things, you got Watson, but it's kind of a one-man show. It's kind of only Ben Watkins. He's got 15 points per game, but nobody else is in top 40 points per game. In the ACC. So definitely a little bit of concern. And I think that concern really is going to be enough for me. Sorry, fellas. I'm going to take Virginia Tech. They're going to move on. 8 seed moving on to round 3. They'll be taking on North Carolina. All right, now next game of round 2 here, we got Notre Dame. We picked facing off against 5-seeded Wake Forest. Wake Forest, they have been on an absolute. You know what this is, fellas? This is a roller coaster right here. Oh. Get that into the. Get that little windmill part. Do a Zach Austin absolute slam. Oh my god. That was insane, boys. Alright, but seriously speaking, Miller has been great with Hildreth. Definitely Wake Forest. I feel like they're definitely thriving in guard play for sure, which I feel like it's kind of how ACC rolls, except for Baycott, pretty much, for North Carolina. Other than that, I feel like it's definitely a guard kind of conference. Well, we already talked about Notre Dame. Definitely, they got the Rookie of the Year. They got the sixth man in points per game, actually. So they definitely can put up some points. Wake Forest is, I don't know, they were up, they beat Duke, and then they've been on an absolute struggle bus. Oh my god. That was a voice crack, boy. They've been on kind of a struggle bus. I believe they lost to Notre Dame pretty recently. So I'm gonna go with the same outcome. I'm gonna take Notre Dame to move on. They'll be taking on Virginia Tech. No. They'll be taking on Pitt. In round 3. Our next game, we actually got the 7-seeded Qs going up against NC State, which, Qs, the Buddy Mintz has been slaying this year. He's got 18.7 points per game. That is wild. That is awesome. For the Qs, they've obviously lost their coach, Boeheim, but that doesn't matter. They are having still a pretty solid year, and they are a bubble watch team. NC State, if they happen to go absolutely, they probably have to win the whole tournament. But Qs, they're kind of on the bubble. They're kind of like next 4 out right now. So, if they have a run, they could definitely find their way into the bubble. But will they? NC State, they got a big size advantage. Burns down low for sure can take care of business, and he is hot right now. You don't want to mess with a hot Burns Jr. Do I want to take the guard play? Do I want to take the rebounding? I can definitely see the Qs hitting the shots they need late, but will they? My god, it's a tough one. This is a tough one. You know what? Give me NC State. Give me NC State to ruin the Qs' dreams of making the tournaments go dancing. We'll take them heading into round number 3. Let's go. All right, now in last game of round 2, we got Clemson, the 6th seed, facing off against Boston College. Now, let me tell you, Hall and Girard, they've been going crazy for Clemson this year, averaging nearly 19 and nearly 16 points per game for those two. They have been definitely something you want to watch out for. Guard play is phenomenal for Clemson, but like I said, Post has been having a great year. He's averaging nearly 17 points per game himself. But like I said, Boston College is also one of those teams. They're not as balanced. I think they just happen to get hot round 1, go on to round 2. So it's gonna be tough to pick them over Hall and Girard. Yes, no, honestly, nothing really. Clemson, they've been having a great year, and I'm gonna take them to move on into round number 3. Now the team that we've all been waiting to talk about, North Carolina, the 1 seed, the team that has absolutely made a humongous bounce back from last season. If you guys don't remember, they were, I believe, the number 1 ranked team in all of college basketball in the preseason, and they end up missing the tourney, which is insane to think about, considering how they're doing this year. With, RJ Davis and Baycott, they are starting to play like how we kind of thought they were going to play last year. Davis is easily having the best season in the ACC. He has been averaging 21 points per game. If you don't know how crazy that is 3 more than second place. That is wild. And obviously, Baycott easily getting the most rebounds per game in the ACC. So it's really tough to pick against these squads. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right. Virginia Tech, they got some players. All right. Padola and Couture, they have been a great duo. Great guard play. 16 points per game from Padola. 13.7 from Couture. But I really feel like I'm not gonna waste you guys' time. I'm gonna take North Carolina moving to round 2, or what am I saying? Round 4. They just a team that is super unbelievably hard to stop, and I don't think Virginia Tech's gonna be able to. Give me that. All right, next up in round 3, we got the team that has been making the absolute Cinderella run, Notre Dame, with their boy Burton. The buddy has been killing it. Like I said, not even 18. About 18 points per game. Buddy's been going nuclear. So they've been having a great run. According to me, they might be out first round for Honda, but on the other side of things, they are facing off against the Pittsburgh Panthers. Now, Pitt has been an absolute great team this year as well. They are, I believe, just out of the tourney for many. Blake Hinson, I'm sure you guys know, he's got almost 19 points per game. That is second in ACC points per game. So definitely a tough thing to accomplish there. But my problem is, because I've watched a lot of Pitt basketball this year, they can be selfish at times. When they're passing the ball, when they're being an unselfish team, giving the ball to each other, they can be a great offense. They can knock down the 3 ball very well. But the problem is, once they're selfish, they just burn out, and they can't put up the points. But like I said, they got great talent. They got Steen, they got Henson, they got plenty more. They got Guillermo down low, which he's been able to pop some threes as well. So I'm gonna take the Pittsburgh Panthers. I'm gonna trust them. I'm gonna say, Jeff Capel, he's got him on the right mindset. We'll take them in round 4, face off against North Carolina. Next up, we got Duke versus NC State, which I'm pretty sure these teams faced off about a week ago from when I'm filming this. Duke did take that one home, but we're not going to let that decide what we're going to do here. All right, because that game was a great game heading into the second half. Burns was absolutely feeding off the crowd. He almost single-handedly had all of NC State's points. That buddy was going insane. He is very tough to stop down low. Phillip's a little banged up, Filipowski. But I think that'd be a great battle between those two. Just like last time. Duke's got great guard play. They got Roach. They got McCain, the freshman, as well. He's been having a great season. He's averaging 13, while Roach's averaging 14. Obviously, we know Roach. For years, he's been knocking down the 3-point ball. But can he do it when the lights are bright? I'm going to say he can. I'm going to take Duke heading into the next round. They did beat NC State, like I said. So, once again, I'm going to go with the same outcome. They kind of felt like comfy throughout that game. It just happened to be close first half. So, I'm going to take Duke heading on to round number 4. Next up, we got the 3-seeded Cavaliers, which this team has been on a very bumpy road, boys. Like I said, they've been on a very bumpy road this year. A lot of people expect them to be pretty good. Which they were good, to be fair. But they've lost a lot of games recently. So that is tough to keep out of the mind. While Clemson is kind of a hot team, they're near the 5-6 seeded range. While Virginia is around the 10-11. So that's something to keep in mind. Even though Virginia is the 3 seed, Clemson has been the superior team. Like I said, they got Hall, they got Girard, they got great guard play. It is going to come down to if Hall and Girard, like I said, can they do what they've been doing all season long, which is produce great offense. And I think they can. I'm going to take Clemson. Let's move on to round 4. They'll be facing Duke in the 4th round. All right, in round 4 here, we got North Carolina versus the Pittsburgh Panthers. All right, now like I said, both these teams have been playing pretty fantastic ball. Pitt is fighting for a spot in the tourney, while North Carolina is 100% easily secured their spot. But they're kind of fighting for a 1 seed right now. If they can go win this tournament, they could possibly... I think they would, actually. I think they'd be a 1 seed. Like I said, RJ Davis and Bacot have been phenomenal. But what about the buddy Ryan? Ryan has been popping off these last few games. I believe he dropped a 31 piece on the Duke Blue Devils. So do not even forget about that kid. Like I said, though, Pitt, they got Henson, they got Carrington. Oh, my God. They got Carrington. And they got a couple other people that can do it as well. Lowe can knock down the 3 ball. So can Guillermo, the big man. But like I said, it is very tough to stop this North Carolina offense. And with Bacot down low, I think he has a favorable matchup against Guillermo or Federico. So I'm going to take North Carolina Tar Heels. They're going to get done. They're going to move on to the finals of the ACC. Ooh. In our second semifinal matchup, we got the Duke Blue Devils versus the Clemson Tigers. All right, Hall, Girard, fantastic duo. But what about Filipowski and Roach? Which kind of duo do I go with here? You know, obviously Duke, they put a lot of trust in Filipowski, so it may come down to if he can do what they need. Which, like I said, I think we all know he can. Hall and Girard, though, fantastic. Clemson's got great guard play. They can get real hot. They can knock down the shots when they need. So if they're knocking down that 3 ball, I think Duke could kind of struggle. But like I said, Duke's kind of got a smart team. They got a smart squad, a smart coach. Filipowski, obviously, fantastic. And I think we would all love to see the Duke versus North Carolina rematch rivalry. Do we get it? I think we do. I'm going to take Duke to move into the finals. They'll be facing off against North Carolina. All right, we've seen this matchup 2 times already this year, and North Carolina has taken care of business. They've taken down Duke not once, but twice. Now they get a chance to do it 3 times. It just kind of feels like they got a favorable matchup against them at this point. Bacot down low, it's kind of too big for Filipowski to handle. While Davis and Ryan, great guard play. Literally, it feels like North Carolina they want to have a good game. They want to have a better game against Duke. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Like I said, we got McCain and Broach for guard play. We got Filipowski. He can knock down the 3 ball himself if he wants to, really. We know both of these teams can be very clutch, fighting for just big spots in the tournament. It'll be fun. Maybe we could see a 4th rematch in the tourney. Who knows? But both teams have been playing phenomenal ball. North Carolina took down them twice. Took them down twice. I've been going with the same outcome as of recently. Do I do it again? North Carolina's been really tough to stop. Now look, don't look at the shirt and think I'm being biased, fellas, because I'm a Pitt fan. I'm a Pitt Panther fan at heart. But I'm gonna take Duke. I'm gonna take Duke's. My reason why is I don't see him losing 3 times. If they happen to meet in the finals, I don't see Duke losing for a 3rd time. But North Carolina's gonna be a great watch to see in the tourney. Hopefully, my Pitt Panthers can make it. If you guys enjoyed the video, please go ahead and leave a like down below. Leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on these conference predictions. Let us know what conference predictions you want to see next. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any more March Madness content coming soon. We will see you guys in the next one.